Thank you for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen, to the Business B.E.A.R podcast, the show where we talk about everything business here in Garrett County. We're excited to have you tuning in, and we've got a great show ahead of us today. We're being joined by the Executive Director of Garrett Mentors, Laura Fike. We're going to be talking all about their nonprofit organization today. Let's go over a little bit about what Business B.E.A.R is first. Well, it's the Business Expansion Assistance and Retention podcast. It's all about you. So if you've got a business out there and you want to be featured on the show, we can get you in here for around 15 to 30 minutes to talk all about your business and what you've got going on. A quick disclaimer before we get going today. Remember, any views expressed by the host or the guest are their own and do not reflect that of Garrett County Government or Garrett County Business Development. So today, joined by my guest, the ever wonderful Laura Fike from Garrett Mentors. Laura, how are you doing today?
Hi, Connor. I'm great. Always good to have a morning with my good buddy, and it's nice to be here on this cold day to share about our organization.
Yes, it is, and it has to be the first cold day of the year. We finally got one of those weather advisories. No snow, little ice, but we're ready for it, aren't we?
We're ready. We're ready or not. We're ready or not.
It's Garrett County. We go through it every year. We're just excited to be here doing a podcast, aren't we?
That's right. I love a good podcast.
Absolutely. So let's talk all about Garrett Mentors today. But before that, I know all about you, but some of our listeners are just meeting you for the first time. So let's break it down, Laura. Let's talk all about you and your role with Garrett Mentors. Then we're going to break down what Garrett Mentors is. Tell us all about yourself.
Oh, thank you, Connor. I have lived here in Garrett County now since 2012. I believe it was about this time of year. It was actually the week of Hurricane Sandy that Jared, my husband, and I moved back here. He grew up here. I did not, but we met in Virginia. We moved to the D.C. area for a while, Frederick after that, and then made our way here in 2012. And I was a teacher back in Montgomery County at that time, and so moving here kind of at the beginning of the school year, there weren't necessarily teaching jobs available, but Garrett Mentors dropped from the heavens right in front of me, and it was just the perfect timing and the perfect opportunity for me and the things I like to do in my experience with students, and it was just an awesome opportunity. I took it, and have great people I work with, and work with wonderful volunteers and great kids. And, the community has just embraced our program. It had been around for 5 years, about 5 years before I got here. But it's been 15 years now that Garrett Mentors has been in existence, and I'm, in I think my 10th year. So that's a little bit about kind of how I got involved. And I love it. We have gone through some challenges over the years, when schools were out because of COVID and all of that, but we've hung in there, and our community's been wonderful. And I'm just here to, talk about what we do, but also to say thank you very much to the business community and everyone that's supported us in the past, and in the future, and just through everything we do for the kids. We really couldn't do it without the business community and their support and opportunities like this one to share about our cause and share about what we do to get volunteers. So yeah, I'm just very grateful, fittingly, on this week of Thanksgiving. So thank you for having me, and I'm thrilled to have this opportunity.
Not just Thanksgiving week, but Giving Tuesday. For those not familiar, Garrett Mentors is a nonprofit organization, and nonprofit organizations are businesses that have been granted tax-exempt statuses by the Internal Revenue Service because it furthers the social cause and provides public benefits. So we're going to talk all about how this organization benefits us all right here in our community. Laura, tell us overall a 101 on Garrett Mentors, then we're going to break it down. How about the organization's mission? Tell me a little bit about that.
So what we do is we pair students in the Garrett County Public Schools, grades pre-K through 5, with caring, supportive adult volunteer mentors. They meet with them at lunchtime at school about once a week, and it kind of varies what they do with their time together, but the main bottom line is they're a friend. They're a trusted person in the child's life that consistently shows up for them. And a lot of the children who are referred by their teachers or school counselors, they need that extra support. We all could use extra support in our lives, and a person watching out for you. So we do have students referred to us by the school staff for various reasons. It could be behavior issues, it could be issues at home, it could be they need extra help with schoolwork. There's just all sorts of reasons. But we provide mentors who meet with those kids. They show up for them, they help them with whatever they need, and they're just a guide in their life. And we also do out of school activities for the mentors and kids who would like to participate. Different things throughout the year. Just a few weeks ago, we took all the kids and mentors who could make it over to Wildham Farm, and they got to see all about the agriculture going on over there, and they got to take a tour of the farm and see all the animals and learn how they do things. And then they got to have a nice pork burgers after that.
Oh, wow.
And so, yeah,
What an experience.
Yeah, that was really exciting, and it was a beautiful fall day. And here next week, we are doing our holiday party for all the mentors and kids. They are going to be going to the fun zone over at the lake and having a fun evening together. Nice big spread of food, games, and of course, Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus and Rayleigh Reindeer. We have lots of surprises for them, and then they all get big gift bags of things from our organization. But yeah, we do several things like that through the year as well. But the main thing we do is the in-school mentoring, and we provide mentors with resources and supplies depending on their situation and their child they mentor. The idea is really for them to stay together, year after year, and really form a relationship and a bond and help them through those young times in life when you need a little extra hand and a little extra just eyes on you, helping you through. And we have volunteers of all backgrounds and ages, and some people have jobs and some other people are retired, and we have men, we have women, we have all kinds of people with their own, unique backgrounds. You don't have to be a former teacher or have your own kids or have worked with kids. You just have to, care and show up, and that's what we do. It's been a really, really exciting start to this school year. We have set up so many new mentors. I feel like I've been in schools like every day, and it's been great. It's great to get back in there, and we're always looking for new volunteers. These schools are sending us kids' names like crazy that really could use support, and it's really, there's nothing to it other than showing up and just getting to know a child. And that's really the basics of it.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, and we do some other things. We try to get the kids involved in giving back, and we've done some things to try to help them understand that importance. And we try and, support if there's certain situations going on or things that, case by case needs, we try to address those and help our families and kids out. But the main thing is the in-school mentoring. And we do have students at every elementary school in our county currently, and both middle schools. And they're just trucking along. They're going to see each other. They get to know each other, and they just enjoy their time together.
Wow, that is incredible. These mentorships really mean a lot, particularly to have positive role models in these children's lives. And according to the American Journal for Health, up to 60% of the people that receive mentorships as kids, even up into adulthood, are more successful in their endeavors. So, you're really setting a great example and setting these kids up for success through your organization. Is there a particular process in how you select the children for the mentoring programs?
That is something that the schools handle on their side of things. They are the ones who are with the kids every day and know, who's going through circumstances or who could use a friend or who, needs a little extra help. So they identify those kids. It's typically the school counselor or teacher, but they identify them and send a permission slip home to the parents to make sure they're okay with them participating, and a waiver that it's it's okay to, have some of their contact information or to use their photos or not, or, just a
Yeah.
disclaimer on some different things. And then once we get that back, they forms come to me, and I work on getting them a match, to an adult match who will go and meet with them at school. And usually the circumstances are difficulties at home or behavior or help with school, but it could just be a kid that's just not meshing well with their peers, or a student that has moved to this new school and is lonely, or there could be a number of reasons. But as far as the mentors go, they come to us by applying online or contacting me, and we set up an interview background check with the school system, and they handle that. And once that's clear, they come back to me, and that's when I make the match. And we go, the first day we meet together, we walk through the school, we get to know some of the different staff that they'll be working with at their school, and then we sit down with the child and the adult who they're going to be matched with, and we just chat a little bit and talk and get to know each other. And then I usually let them have a few minutes. It's usually better when I'm not sitting there. They finally open up a little, and they might play a game or get to know you activity or do something together that first day. And then I come back and kind of wrap up and say, what are some things you might want to do next time, or what are some questions you have, make sure everybody's comfortable. And it always goes really, really well. There's always, nerves, and people get overly excited, or they're not sure if they're going to really make an impact. But it is so amazing. These kids, they really need this. The ones that really, really need it, they are just so happy someone's there, and they really just eat it up. So it's the most rewarding thing to be part of, and to witness and to watch those relationships grow from that first meeting until, a couple years later, here they are, and it's like, oh, remember, back on that day they met. And it's really sweet, and it is very
Yeah.
rewarding. And this is the best time of year with, the holidays, and some of the mentors will be bringing their kids to the events, and it's very, very cool time of year to be excited about.
That's awesome for them. Now, do you just exclusively work with the school system, or do you branch outside of that?
Right now, we are, as far as mentoring goes, just in the Garrett County public school system.
Okay.
But we do work in a lot of other ways with many other parts of the community, to support our cause, to collaborate on different things. Like right now, with you, or with the chamber, or different departments out there, other nonprofits. We're always looking to collaborate and support each other and do different things, and to get the kids involved once in a while too. A few years back, we had the kids participate at one of our events. They actually planted milkweed at the 4-H camp with the garden club, helped them do that. And that
Wow.
was a really cool activity. And
Yeah, how interactive. That's
yeah,
great for them.
and it was great. The garden club really enjoyed that, and the 4-H camp. So that was like a cool little collaboration.
Wonderful. Well, that's great to hear about that collaboration across not just community and the citizens, but you're also involved with the businesses, other nonprofits. So Garrett Mentors is pretty connected out there. And again, you're doing great mentorships, which into adulthood can have lasting benefits even within our business community. You're finding more and more businesses are adopting a mentorship type role within their company structures, where more experienced employees are mentoring the newer employees, and it's creating a better, more cohesive uh, structure within the business. So it's cool how you see these synergies, and how what the work you're doing can eventually have a lasting benefit, and it'll benefit others.
That's right. And we also, one hope in our program, being only 15 years, it takes some time to see some of the long term impacts. But one of our hopes is to really raise up future Garrett County citizens. Some of our kids, they will stay here, and they will be, getting jobs here. And maybe one of them will be sitting in your seat one day, or mine. And so that's another hope we have, is to get these kids kind of on a good track where they can be successful and maybe be part of this community in a successful way one day, and break cycles, and also, we also have a partnership with the college, a scholarship, and the kids that have been through our program can be eligible for that scholarship. It's actually called
Oh, wow.
it's called the Admiral Richard B. Schiff Memorial Scholarship for our old president Rick Schiff, who passed away a while back. But we established that with the goal of encouraging the kids who go through our program to consider Garrett College or to have the opportunity there. So, we want to make these kids as successful as they can be, and if they can stay here and do that too, that's great too. Um, so it'll be very exciting to see some of them start to get those first jobs out there, and be part of this community that has brought them up.
Yeah, very nice. So, if someone's interested in signing up to be a mentor tomorrow, run me through the process of what that looks like. You said they're vetted through the Garrett County Public School System. They can reach out to you. Let me hear some of the ways that they can get in touch with you so that they can start this process. And what does that look like?
Yeah, so you can just contact me to start. There is a form on our website, garrettmentors.org, that just says like mentoring interest form. And what that does is it gives me your contact information and just kind of a loose idea of what you're interested in doing. You can pick on there if you have certain schools you want to work at or certain grade levels of kids. I mean, not everybody wants, you know, to work with a kindergartner.
Yeah, yeah.
Some people would really rather work with a fourth or fifth grader. A lot of people also want to work with a cute little kindergartner, but everybody's a little
Yeah.
different. So, you can choose on there, or you can just say any or all. It doesn't matter. We do typically match male mentors with males and female mentors with females. There are a few exceptions to that over the years, depending on, certain situations. But you can select all that on the form, and then what happens is I reach out and I say, hi, thanks for volunteering. Looking forward to having you, and here are the next steps. And the next steps start with getting approved by the school system. They do their own background check and all of that. And then I do on my end, usually in this county, you kind of know everybody, or
Yeah,
somebody
yeah.
came to you because somebody else So it's really great because most of our mentors have been sent to us by somebody else, like that already mentors or
Yeah,
that's on
some
our
inside
yeah.
referrals makes it easy.
It's a great in a small town. But I do check up on references that if I need to, and uh, then in the
Absolutely.
background, I'm just working on working with the schools to see if there's a child for them, and based on all of that, I get it all scheduled, and that's pretty much it.
Now, do you currently have a waiting list of kids looking for mentors?
I do. I do. I have several children at multiple schools are ready. They have their permission forms in. They're as soon as I get a person, we can get them set up. I do always have boys, and there's less men that sign up than women, but then I also have usually more boys referred than little girls. So we do always look for men. If there's anybody out there interested, just give me a call. You can also email me at Laura at garrettmentors.org, and my phone number is also available on the website, and I can answer any questions anybody has. But it's really just about showing up, being there. You don't have to have any super special skills other than a little compassion and understanding, and just wanting to give back and be there for somebody.
I get that. So, what is the level of obligation that someone would have to have? Like so many hours per week, per month? What is the level of obligation that somebody could get involved here?
That's a good question. Typically, mentors will go once a week at lunchtime, which is usually about 30 to 60 minutes, because sometimes recess backs up to lunch, and so you can have like a full hour to work with them. but around 30 minutes to an hour. And that's different for everybody. If some of our mentors only have 30 minutes, then they can go have lunch for 30 minutes with their mentee, and then they can go back to work or whatever they have going on. But we typically do once a week. That is not set in stone. As you know, around here, the weather is crazy. There's always things going on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's always things at the school.
Today, of all.
Yeah. Yeah, today was a delayed day for school, so a lot of our mentors don't really go on a day like today. And it's also Thanksgiving week, so like they won't be going Thursday or Friday, obviously, to school or next Monday. So there's always things that go on, and so and mentors are normal people with lives, and actually a lot of our mentors are very involved in a lot of other things in the community. It's a lot of the same people you see.
Yeah, usually some of your volunteers are serial volunteers.
They
like
are
to
very
help across multiple organizations. I get it.
Yeah, and so it's okay that they have other things going on. They have families that live elsewhere. They also want to take vacations, and so we do not turn away people. Actually, I had a mentor last week call his buddy from Alaska.
Wow.
He went to Alaska and he called.
How about that?
He called the counselor at school, and they worked out a little plan to do a FaceTime type deal.
Oh, a little virtual thing.
Yeah,
okay.
in the counselor's office at school from Alaska, and that was just like the coolest thing ever for that kid.
Yeah.
And so there's things like that. I mean, we have had people that definitely travel. I mean, that's always the number one question people ask me is, I would do it, but I like to go away for a week in November or whatever. It's like everybody does.
Yeah,
it's okay.
yeah.
Like it's really what you set up with the child as an expectation. So you say to the child, hey, I'm going to come this week and we're going to have a great time. I won't be here next week because I'm going to be on vacation, but I'll be back the week after that. And then maybe they send a postcard or something, or they, it's very, it's very flexible, but the consistency is important. And the intention is important, and the showing up is important. But we do want everyone to have lives and understand that you can't always, be there when you want to be every single second. And people get sick, and people, we learn more than ever, I think, through all the COVID craziness that you can't always predict and have things go exactly how you want, and especially with kids. Their lives can be chaotic too. And so you figure it out together, and you make the best of the time you have. And whether it's sitting together and playing a game or reading a book or helping with spelling words for a test, or we had somebody like build a birdhouse before, and we have little, people doing crafts together. I mean, it's really the quality time and just the being there. But as far as commitment, we try for once a week, and then sometimes, that happens, and that's great. And sometimes it's every other week or something.
I think that was good clarification. So I'm thinking if I'm a mentor, I go in, some of the schoolwork and the math problems these kids are learning these days are 5 times more advanced than what I can do. I can just talk and tell them all about radio and all about that kind of stuff, all about business. But maybe I can't do advanced calculus or whatever they're up to. So I can do different things with the mentee
It's
outside
very
the room.
much about your interest as a person, as an adult who's had their own life with their own path and their own experiences, connecting with this little child who is finding their way to theirs and with their own unique challenges and situations going on, and just a friendship. Like any friendship that you have, you have to get to know each other. And so that's so much of it is just getting to know each other at first. And we do try to help, provide little things that they can focus on, and instead of just sitting there staring at each other blankly. But the mentors are so good with like knowing what to ask. And the kids are really funny too. Some of them are really good little conversationalists actually.
Yeah.
And they soak up the attention because they need it.
Yeah.
And so there's not very much silence that goes on, and it's pretty cool. And they learn all kinds of things from each other. And I think the mentors definitely get just as much out of it as the kids do.
Oh, I imagine it's so fulfilling. I mean, that's true about any volunteer opportunity. If you're not tied into volunteering and helping your community, you're missing out on what is one of the most gratifying parts of life. And I'm sure you can agree, not just because you're working on behalf of a nonprofit, but you're out there helping too, Laura. You know what it's like and how fulfilling it can be to help others in your community and taking that time to do so. So we've got organizations, we've got businesses out there that are coming to me all the time saying, Connor, I have staff that need to get out there and volunteer. It's a requirement on behalf of our business. So they can come to Garrett Mentors and they can fulfill that volunteer need and help out. And it sounds like once a week, an hour, maybe more, depending on, what they can manage. They can go on vacation. You'll forgive them if they have lives.
Yeah, it's really just, the intention and the wanting to do something for somebody else. And we are fortunate. We do have so many businesses that do allow their employees to come take their lunch to come mentor with us. We have tons of businesses, more than I can list in a 15-minute podcast, that have supported us this year. And I'm like always sharing, thank you. It's like people just pop up and help. They want to do events for us. They want to donate to us. They even if they can't mentor, they still find a way to support us, whether that's financially or just by allowing their other employees to come. There's just a whole lot of ways people help us, and that's really the theme of us in our 15th year, is really the gratitude that we have towards this. And I know how great this business community is, and that's literally your job.
Oh yeah.
But
I'll preach it every day.
But I feel like I can't explain, every single business has helped us in some way, and other groups, and it doesn't even have to be anything huge. We little fundraisers, big fundraisers, anything. People just telling another person about what we do and saying, oh, go check this out. It's a cool organization. I just can't even explain or even begin to list them all. But all of you know who you are.
I try to avoid that in these because I'm the same way. I'll start talking about people or recognizing people. I'm going to miss 100 of them, and then they're going to stop me and say, listen, you didn't talk about me on your podcast, Connor. You're in trouble.
Yeah.
So I do get in trouble a lot. Big mouth, you know how that goes.
Yeah.
So I understand.
Well, it's a good problem to have, to be so thankful. And I will be putting a nice ad in the newspaper here coming up, and we'll do some things, on social media. And I assume you're rolling into this. We are having a 15th celebration, hosting the Garrett County Chamber of Commerce Business After Hours on December 14th. And that's another way we are really, really recognizing our gratitude to the community, our place in the community, and thanking our community for keeping us around for 15 years. And a main thing is to really highlight our mentors and our board and the work that they do, and to recruit possibly new volunteers. And so, that's really our goal with that event, is to just be thankful and say, we are here, we do what we do because of this community and the support we receive. Whether it's a couple dollars here and there, or it's a big event, or a big, proceeds from something major, any of it is just as important as the next.
Exactly right where I wanted to talk about. You're celebrating your 15 years. And as I understand, at that Business After Hours, it's happening at Dutchess, December 14th.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to start.
Sorry.
Oh, it says, see, I thought you mentioned that. Okay. All right. So, yes, it's happening at Dutchess on December 14th. It starts at 5:30. If anyone's interested in attending, of course, they can contact the Garrett County Chamber of Commerce. If you're a member, it's one price. If you're not a member, it's another price. Talk to the chamber. They can get you in there.
It's a holiday one, so get signed up, because that one, this is a really popular one of the year. The holiday one is very, very, very popular. It's exciting. So, and we will have like Santa. Santa might make a stop by.
Oh,
And
nice.
I do know Toys for Tots is going to be collecting toys there too. So, but go on the chamber site and check all that out. But we are really, really just grateful to everyone, and we just want to say thank you and celebrate the 15 years that we've had in this community of helping kids. And what better time than the holidays to celebrate that. And our actual anniversary was back in August, but
It's okay.
yeah, but it's still the 15th
It still
year.
counts.
A couple
Absolutely.
more weeks after that, so we thought that was a good time. And yeah, it's going to be great, and you are going to be doing a proclamation for us.
Yes, other than Santa, another big guy is going to come in with some gifts, come down with a proclamation, yes, to celebrate that 15 years. Again, that's part of our milestone program, celebrating those big deal moments for all of our businesses and nonprofits. So if you've got a big deal moment, hit me up, but we'll be celebrating with Garrett Mentors on December 15th. I'm really looking forward to that.
14th.
December 14th for their 15th year.
At Dutch's.
At Dutch's.
At 5:30.
Go there. I think what the Toys for Tots do, if you bring a wrapped gift,
Unwrapped.
if you bring an unwrapped gift, you can get in for free.
I think.
Or no, you get a ticket to a future one.
Yeah, I think you get a ticket to a future one.
I'm going to get in trouble with them so much. As usual, Laura, we have learned a lot about Garrett Mentors today. Every time you come in here or on one of my shows, it is just a wealth of knowledge, and I am so thankful for the work you guys are doing, especially for the kids in our community. It makes our home a better place. All of our nonprofits do, and you guys are just chief amongst them. So again, thank you for coming in here and talking about Garrett Mentors and everything you do. And thanks for what you do for the business community and how you guys contribute to assisting our economy and all the things involved with that. So again, thank you. At the end of every show, I love to give you a chance to plug your organization, your events. One more time, Laura, this is your time in the podcast. Tell the people what you need to tell them.
Thank you, Connor. Like I said, Business After Hours is happening on December 14th. It's a Thursday at Dutch's. 5:30 to 7:30. Check all the information out on the chamber website. Definitely go ahead and get signed up because it will be a very popular one. We also, as far as like public events, fundraising type thing goes, we have some things planned in the spring. We will be having another Uno's dough raiser. I believe that's on April 30th. And that's just where you go eat at Uno's, and we get some funds from that. So
nice, I like it.
And
easy
then,
peasy.
Yeah, Dutch's has a wine pairing dinner planned for us, where again you just go. You know, we were always there together, but you come and have a nice big wine pairing dinner. It's delicious, and we get some funds from that. Those are very far off. Those are in April and May. I think that the Dutch's one will be.
You can already put me down. I'm gonna be there.
May. I want to say 16th, but that's so far off. But those are some things we have kind of lined up. But in the meantime, we'll just be doing really, really cool events for the kids, getting new mentors signed up. And I've got some cool things planned for them in the spring and just cool activities and ways they can connect with their mentors. And the main thing is just the in-school mentoring. We sign people up all year long. It's never too late in the school year to get signed up. I think there is a misconception that you have to sign up at the beginning of the year, and you don't. Actually, I'm really, really busy at the beginning of the year getting a lot of people signed up. So this kind of lull in the winter is a great time to get new volunteers. And I can always, get you in there. Kids are always going to be on that waiting list. So that is the main thing, is just, even if you don't have time to mentor right now and you can't make it work with your schedule, tell somebody else about us that you think maybe a good fit, or just, come to some of our stuff, or support the businesses that support us too, because that's also important, is being part of a community. There's just so many that we just want to thank, and we can do that next week.
And you guys do such a great job at shouting them out. Is there some social media platforms where they can follow you guys to learn more information and keep up to date on the latest of when your events and when your sign-up times and everything is?
Yes, of course. course. You can find the Garrett Mentors Facebook page, an extension of the Garrett Mentors page. I just share it all on there. And Instagram, I do a little on there with Garrett Mentors. But Facebook probably is where the most up-to-date information is available. Or just, send me an email and I can send out whatever you would like to know. It's also, just you can be involved in other ways besides mentoring. We sometimes have events we need volunteers to help with. Or just an opportunity like this. If you want me to come talk to your civic group or your church, or anyone has a group they want to highlight, something going on. I've done a lot of that with like Rotary or Lions Club. I've gone and talked to them or churches. Absolutely, give me a call. I'd love to come share about what we do and say thank you too.
Thank you all for listening to the Business B.E.A.R podcast. This is Connor Norman and our guest Laura Fike signing off today. Remember to follow us at our Garrett County, Maryland Business Development Facebook page, our X page, and our LinkedIn to keep up on the latest and greatest in everything business happening in our community. And also stay tuned for announcements on new episodes of the Business B.E.A.R podcast. Follow along with us. We release them periodically and you won't want to miss a bit. Thanks again for listening. This is Connor Norman, and I'll see you all on the other side.